Wake you up from that dream and make tax-free retirement a reality. Join the underground economy Saturday mornings at 10.
101.5 FM KDAWN.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
And good morning, Las Vegas. What's going on?
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Is this on? Is this thing on?
It's on.
Good.
Good.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm gonna pretend I'm magical, man. It's been a rough week.
You're just a pixie, David Difference.
What's that now?
You're a pixie.
I don't know what that is. This is how we're gonna start every week. Like, all right.
Well, you said you were feeling kind of magical, so you're a pixie.
All right, hokey.
Well, I didn't call you a fairy.
All right, hokey pokey.
Come on, man.
Let's get to
Come
it, man.
on.
I thought we was gonna have a good episode.
We are. I think we're off to a great start. I'm Mark Hoke. This is the Mark Hoke Show, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. We're, of course, on your radio dials, on your Odyssey app, worldwide. Plus, hey, we're live streaming this thing too. Isn't that exciting, David?
Oh yeah, I'm the David difference, by the way. Oh, what a difference a Dave makes.
I was getting there.
Well, at what point? Halfway through the show?
Be
I'm
patient.
here now.
God.
Let's go.
You know, by the way, in case you didn't notice, like last week, David was a little bit kind of David, I got to give credit, and he didn't. I don't believe you knew this at the time.
Was that I was battling?
You got the vid.
yeah. CAC, I think, then did a number on me.
You were hanging out with those glow girls too much.
Man, chicas.
Yeah.
Bonitas.
But yeah, so kudos to David Difference for getting through a show with the vid.
You give somebody props for that?
Well, yeah, dude, you were feeling a little rough.
Yeah, I maintain it.
Yeah, so I'm proud of you.
And put everybody at risk.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But that's one nice thing, because I walked out after you texted me. I was so happy because I was like, we're on a different side of the glass in here. So I was protected. I just had to stay away from you, and I did.
Yeah, good job, man. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
So is this a wrestling show?
Yeah, well, we're just saying hi to everybody.
Is that how it works? All right.
I'm
just trying to understand.
There may be many people out there that have the vid. Who else? I'm trying to think.
I hear it's going down. Like I was in that CAC chat, the Cauliflower Island League Facebook, and yeah, a bunch of people was like, "Oof."
I think Brian Alvarez had COVID.
I just got a message from Kim Dillard. She's over at the urgent care. She said, "Yeah, it's on the rise. It's going down. Be safe out there."
Yeah, it's a nasty cold. Just be careful. Take care of yourself. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. Somebody else got. Yeah, another friend of mine got it too. So yeah, it's going around. But it hasn't been too bad. Hasn't knocked anybody on their butts or anything like that.
How do you know? Have you taken a survey?
Well, everybody I know that's had it is kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of blah.
I don't even know why we're still talking about it.
So be vid free. It's fun. Hey.
It's fun.
It's fun. But we are very excited today because we have just a ton of pro wrestling news. More on the firing of CM Punk. We have more Bloodline news. We've got more pay-per-views. Some stuff going on, getting ready to go up in Seattle. That's going to be a lot of fun.
And we got the big man.
Yeah, I'm getting to the big man.
I know. I'm excited though, man.
I'm getting to the big man.
The big man.
AEW Collision was pretty wild last night. We're going to talk about that. But we do have a very, very special guest in the house today. And I'm just hoping he doesn't hurt me or, put me through a table or anything like that.
You live in fear.
I do live in fear.
I hope he does, man.
Yeah, he's all right, though. Actually, one of the nicest professional wrestlers I've ever met. I don't know if we should tell anybody that or not and tip it off, but he's actually a pretty good dude. So we are very excited to have with us today who will be on FSW's Future Shock card tonight at the Silver Nugget. Gonna be a great time. He's got it's a pretty huge match, man.
Yeah,
Lots of peeps in this one.
Look at that right there. Lights, camera, faction. We got BYP, Clutch, TBD, and Big Fonz rally.
Yeah, Survival of the Fittest coming up tonight at the Silver Nugget. And he's going to have to get through a bunch of guys to win this one, but let's bring him on right now. He, by the way, did stunt double work on Young Rock as well. Big Fonz joined us. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, there he is.
What's happening, fellas?
There he is.
Yep. So, and just make sure you're in tight on that mic, bud.
Yeah.
But Big Fonz joined us, and how are you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Got up at 3:00 in the morning. Oakland to Las Vegas, Spirit Airlines. Thank you for getting me here safe and sound.
Spirit, huh?
That is a risk. It's always, Spirit tends to have some interesting delays and things like that. So glad you made it.
Yeah.
I am as well.
Yeah. So, let's kick it off talking about what's going to be going on tonight at the Silver Nugget. A huge card, but you have a very large match. What's going on, man? Why are you fighting all these people at once? You did the Battle Royal at the anniversary show, and I guess you figured, I'm going to be fighting less guys there, so I can handle this. So what's up?
Yeah, I think FSW looked at my work at the Battle Royal and said, "Hey, if he can handle 18 others, maybe he can handle the faction because somebody has to." A bunch of bullies.
Ooh, challenging the faction, huh?
I am absolutely challenging the faction.
Ooh, look out. Ice Williams, better watch out, buddy.
Yeah, I see big things in your future there, man. I think if anybody can take down the faction, it might be Big Fonz over here, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, because if people aren't familiar with you, haven't seen your work, you've been all over the West Coast and, of course, been here in Las Vegas a bunch of times. But tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, born and raised in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Just like David Difference over here.
Yes,
Something we hold in common.
Yeah.
Very proud of that. And just been wrestling now for a couple of years, and got my start with big time wrestling in the East Bay out of Newark, California. Really thankful for Kirk White for giving me an opportunity to start pro wrestling. And then after that, moved on to Knox Pro with Rikishi. So got some of the training from the Samoan Dynasty. Grateful for that. And that kind of turned me on to a lot of opportunities, like you mentioned, Young Rock, and being here at FSW in Las Vegas.
Definitely. I heard an interesting story. I was doing a deep dive on you. But you was him and Han, if you were going to get into wrestling and you were at the gym and you ran into somebody pretty magical. You want to tell that story?
Yeah. So I was, let's see, it was about 2021. I'd been thinking about pro wrestling for about 6 months. And my family, to be honest, they were kind of like,
maybe not.
Yeah, is this a good idea? And, it kind of gave me some reservations a little bit. Like, is this a good thing for me? And totally random, though. I went to the gym right when they reopened in 21, and just my local gym in the town that I live in. And this person taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, did I steal your bench?" And I turned around and I was like, "No, I wasn't using that bench. I just got here." And they actually had a mask on. So it was like, but I have this talent, I call it, of like facial recognition. I can remember anybody's face if I've met you or if I've seen you on TV like one time. And so I could see through the mask, like her eyes. And I was like, "Hey, I know who you are. You're Bayley from WWE. Like, what are you doing here?" And she explained that she was in town just for an event. And so I was like, that's kind of crazy. I ran into you. I was just talking to Kirk White at Big Time Wrestling, and I was thinking about getting into training. And she was really cool because that's where she started, actually. She started there in the Jason Styles training tree out of Newark, Fremont. So she was Davina Rose on the indies.
Okay.
And that's how she made her name before she got her WWE tryout. But yeah, she was totally cool about talking to me and giving me advice. And I think I walked away that day thinking to myself, like, that's really weird. That's a sign.
Yeah.
So I immediately signed up for training like the next week.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so far it's paid off because, not only you've been out of the indie circuit, but you've gotten some opportunities with AEW. Tell everybody a little bit about what that's been like for you to get some matches with AEW and, what the atmosphere is like over there.
Yeah, and I was really grateful for the opportunity to be with that company. A lot of great people. Shout out to the captain, Sean Dean, for allowing me that opportunity. And yeah, being back there, just a great culture, great people. Everyone's willing to talk to you, to give you advice. Most notably, I would say the folks from the Bay Area, when they find out where I'm from. So Aaron Solo, Will Hobbs,
Okay.
grateful for some advice they've given me. To Leona, my man from Knox Pro, all great people, over there. And really was happy to get a match because I didn't get one the first time that I went. So put on a little show for the people in Fresno and hoping for an opportunity to come back.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So what, a little over 2 years you've been in the business?
It's June 21. So, or no, so June. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
over. So that's when you started training, or when was your first match?
My first match was January of 22.
Okay. So what do you like? And a lot of times it takes people it's like 5 years and they still haven't made some moves.
Yeah.
What do you attribute to this rapid rise as far as networking and opportunities that you've had? What do you contribute to that?
I would just say consistency. Like when I first started training, I really prided myself on never missing, always being there. I think I'm a quick learner, and I show up and I put in the work consistently so that I can rise to the top. So I think just constantly putting in that work. They say you got to be in the gym. They say you got to be, studying tape. They say you got to, really hone your craft all the time. And that's what I'm focused on doing. And so anytime I got an opportunity, whether it's wrestling or anything in life, like I just give it everything.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
What were you doing before you became a professional wrestler?
Kayfabe. Nothing. I came out of the womb and I just decided to start wrestling. No, I mean, yeah, let's see. What can I let you behind the curtain? Grew up in the East Bay, went to college at San Jose State, came back to the East Bay. And
that's it.
Before that, I was a multi-sport athlete. So I played pretty much everything. Baseball was my main sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting, Mark.
All right. Fair enough. Well, it's funny that you talk about the Bay Area, and it just seems like that is such a hotbed for wrestling. And of course, we've heard about the great legendary cards at the Cow Palace and all the stuff that's happened in San Francisco and around that area. What is so special about the Bay Area and so many top wrestlers coming out of the San Fran area?
I think it's the fact that the Bay Area has so many major areas within it. You got the East Bay where I grew up. You got San Francisco. You've got the South Bay, San Jose area, and each one of those, and even the North Bay, I should say, each one of those has a company that really is putting on a great show, or multiple companies, I should say. I've been a part of so many of them. Big Time Wrestling in the East Bay. I've yet to wrestle in San Francisco, but I know West Coast Pros putting on great shows there. Down in the South Bay, you've got UGWA and SCW, that's where I call home in the South Bay, South Bay Championship Wrestling. So proud to be a part of that organization. And then Lucha Patron in the North Bay. So you have these 4 different hubs that really have a great scene, diversity. That's the other thing I would say is diversity. The fact that because the Bay Area is a hotbed for so many different cultures, you're getting every culture, race, sexual orientation, all that stuff. And it really lends itself to a really diverse show.
Yeah. The Bay's, it's different out there, man.
You're a Bay boy too, Dave.
Yeah, for life, man. Bay blooded.
Fair
but
enough.
yeah, so it's a whole different culture. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Bay blooded, I mean, some people know this, but Bayley, the Bay in Bayley is for the Bay Area.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
San Jose. Well, it's San Jose.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's not spelled Bailey. It's Bayley.
There you go.
Because
Fun
she
fact.
wanted to make sure everybody knew that she was from the Bay.
Repping that.
And always repping that 49ers just like I am.
No, that's okay. You can rep the runners up all you want.
Oh,
It's all
too
good.
soon.
Oh, man. Come Come on,
I
Mark.
got to do it, man.
This
I'm
our guest.
sorry.
This
I'm
our
sorry.
guest.
There was too much trash talking after that NFC Championship game.
Well, technically, aren't you guys the real runners up? Because the Chiefs, I think, won the Super Bowl.
They did.
Ooh,
They did.
got 'em.
So what does that make you guys? Yeah, exactly. Let's go to a break, shall we? We got more to come on the Mark Hoke Show. We got Big Fonz in the house. He's
Yes,
going to
sir.
be at FSW tonight at the Silver Nugget. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, what are you waiting for? Come on. Big
Do
Fonz
it.
is in town.
Do it.
You got to be there.
What do you say?
It's mandatory. And of course, we've got a lot more. We're going to talk with Big Fonz about his work on Young Rock. Should be fun. So stick around. We'll be right back. The Mark Hoke Show is proud to announce our partnership with pro wrestling's premier charity, the Cauliflower Alley Club. For nearly 60 years, the CAC has stood strong, assisting members of the wrestling industry in their times of need. Please join us in supporting the Cauliflower Alley Club by becoming a member for just $25 a year or make an individual donation today. Go to caulifloweralleyclub.org and give back to the people that have brought us so much entertainment and joy in pro wrestling. Once again, that's caulifloweralleyclub.org.
It kind of set me back a little bit education-wise.
I think personally it just changed the way I looked at medicine.
As a people, we have to work together.
Health is a right for all.
We get through it together.
We can find common ground.
We are resilient.
Adaptable.
COVID taught us health matters.
Health matters. Visit nmhec.org. This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Minority Health and Equity, and in cooperation by the Nevada Broadcasters Association and the station.
Your passion to serve could make a world of difference to nonprofit organizations in your local community. Organizations across Nevada are looking to fill board and committee positions with professionals like you who care about local community needs. Board Connect is a new service matching your unique talents with organizations working on issues that are important to you. In this virtual hub, there are hundreds of nonprofits whose work supports essential services and programs. Nevada Volunteers and its partners created Board Connect for individuals and communities striving for bright futures. Take a moment to register. Your service will be a meaningful investment in others and yourself. Board Connect is easy to use, and best of all, it's free. For more information and to register, go to nevadavolunteers.org. That's nevadavolunteers.org. This message, sponsored by Nevada Volunteers and Volunteers Generation Fund, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station. There is one word that is consistent throughout the entire state of Nevada: community. As our state continues to grow, now more than ever, Nevadans are pulling together to help, support, and pitch in. If you or someone you know is looking to get more active in your community, Nevada Volunteers can help. NevadaVolunteers.org is an easy way to find volunteer opportunities in your area with organizations that share your passion. From working with animals, art and culture, children, or disaster relief, NevadaVolunteers.org is the gateway to many community organizations who can benefit from someone like you. Looking to help out the environment? How about equality and social justice or health and hunger issues? NevadaVolunteers.org has a full listing of volunteer opportunities in your area. To learn more about volunteering, visit NevadaVolunteers.org. This message, sponsored by Nevada Volunteers, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Food, utility assistance, healthcare, housing. Find the resources available in your community. Free and confidential help is here 24/7. Download the app. Text your zip code to 898-211. Call 211. Visit nevada211.org or chat with a specialist on our website. Get connected. Get help.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Infinite Wellness can help you achieve your goals and look and feel your best. Our regenerative medicine clinic utilizes stem cell and exome therapy. We also have a comprehensive weight loss program and numerous other services you can find on our website at infinitewellness.info. We're located at 8925 West Post Road, Suite 100, right across from IKEA. You can book your appointment today by calling us at 702-842-2244 or find us on social media at infinitewellness.lv. We'd love to be a part of your journey.
1015 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN.
Yes, sir.
101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, the Odyssey app, and streaming on our YouTube, X, and Facebook page. So we're everywhere. You can't escape.
Everywhere like air.
It's like the invasion of the body snatchers. We're going to get you eventually. That's how it works.
That was a movie in the 40s, dude. Nobody knows that reference.
What are you talking about?
Just saying.
David Difference just hit me over the head with a club again. It's all right. Anyway, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment most of the time. And we are joined in studio by Big Fonz. He is the epitome of cool, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Hey,
that's right.
How are you? What makes you the epitome of cool?
Well, I have been Big Fonz probably since high school, where my friends actually just kind of gave me that name. So maybe just being that guy, you know.
Come on, can't you? He's oozing machismo over here, man.
Well, I know that.
Oh, okay.
It's, you know, I try to put out a culture that is welcoming, that people want to be a part of, that people can kind of get behind. So, like you had said earlier, you know, I want people to think that I'm one of the good people in this business. So that's what the EOC means.
There it is.
Well, of course, he will be appearing tonight at the Silver Nugget on Survival of the Fittest. And if you can't get down there, it's going to be live on Fight Plus too. So wherever you are planet-wide, you can see the Big Fonz tangling around with just a massive group of men in here. Ice Williams, Kenny King, Fresco-Matic, and Action Braxton, Big Money Clutch, Hero Lou, Homie Show, and Shogun, and Bodie Young Prodigy. Yikes. Who are you scared of in that match? Anybody? You a little nervous about that whole gang, or you got this?
Now we got this. Yeah. We got all the size on our side of the ring. You said massive group of men. Yeah, they've got a numbers, or they usually, I should say, have a numbers advantage, and that's kind of what have carried them through a lot of this last couple months, is having that numbers advantage. But we evened it up, and I would argue the massive men are on our side of the ring. TBD, myself, Clutch, and we'll make sure that BYP's he's taken care of.
Yeah, you can't count BYP out, man.
No,
not at all.
No, you certainly can't. But you know, are you a little worried that, you know, like Hero and Shogun might have little issues and leave you hanging? Are they okay? What are you seeing there?
I think that match that they had at what was that show called? The last time I was here at the casino over the Silverton. I think they worked some of that stuff out. I think we might be seeing, you know, the old TBD back again tonight, united, having our backs.
All right, fair enough. We'll see how that works out.
That's a good squash. I think they squashed it. When Show was here, he said they're family, man. He said their brothers, they fight, they get past it, they move on. That's not going to interfere in tonight. Tonight, I mean, you got a good squad there, man. And like I said, Lights, Camera, Faction, they got their work cut out for them today.
I wouldn't count on it, but you know, there's always hope.
You wouldn't count on it?
No, I wouldn't count on those two guys having their beef squashed.
Well, let's move past that.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. They're good guys.
All right. Well,
you know, but man, just don't trust anybody. You know what I'm saying? DTA.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Well, now you got to do stunt work on Young Rock, and you know, you were in there playing the part of the Rock on there. I mean, how cool was that experience for you?
Yeah, that was like a career making moment, in my opinion. Getting that call, being able to just be my idol, like it kind of, I don't know if it's hit me yet, to be honest.
No,
like, I think it'll probably hit me like 10 years from now when I'm looking back and I'm going, man, that was the Rock. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, man, the opportunity came fast, and yeah, it's something that I'll never forget.
What did you have to do to prepare for that?
I had to watch SummerSlam '98 religiously on a plane in my hotel room. I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare because the opportunity came at me with about a week's notice. So
wow,
yeah, I've watched SummerSlam '98 quite a bit.
Was that the ladder?
That was the ladder match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was that like a one-day shoot and then you were in and out, or?
Yeah, I wrestled Friday, I wrestled Saturday, and I got on a plane actually kind of like today, 3:30 in the morning on a Sunday. Got to Memphis, got a perm, and yeah, before I knew it, I was a day and a half on set, and I was back.
Yeah. That was a good look with the perm. Did you like it?
Yeah, I kept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was having some so before that I had long hair that was straight. You could actually see it
on the
a
promo
lot
pic,
of my promo pics, and I was having issues keeping the hair out of my face, you know. So I'll be honest, when I got the perm, it was a bit of like an identity crisis. I was looking in the mirror. I'd never had one before, and I was like, I remember looking like, what is this? Like, this is creepy, you know. And then it dried out a little bit, and it started sticking up. And then the next day on set, they got it nice and tight for me. And but yeah, like, took me about a month to decide, but I decided I want to keep it. It's nice. It keeps the hair out of my face.
There you go. Good look, man.
What was the toughest part about portraying The Rock?
Living up to the great one, I would say. That's a lot of responsibility, you know, making sure that you've got the electricity required for the role. You know, I The Rock and Stone Cold, I would say, inspired my career. I'm an Attitude Era guy, but yeah, like really getting in there, stepping in that ring, putting on those open calf boots, and saying to myself, well, I can do the eyebrow, but can I live up to this electricity? That was a lot of pressure for me.
Right. You get to keep the boots and the trunks and everything.
Unfortunately not.
Nah.
Yeah,
Oh, I should have taken him and ran.
In retrospect, I probably should have just done
dipped
it.
out. Yeah.
NBC, it should not be listening to this.
Well, you obviously got to take a trip back in wrestling history with this too. And one thing that I think Dave and I are finding more and more as we go along is a lot of the younger guys, you know, there's a little bit of understanding about the past, but not a lot with a lot of younger wrestlers. What was that like to get a chance to kind of go back in time? Because obviously the young Rock, we're talking like the pre-Hogan, Rocky Johnson days, you know, that's, you know, taking it a long way back.
Yeah, I mean, it really just took it back to what I think were the greatest moments in wrestling. You know, the Attitude Era for me, the Monday Night Wars, both WCW, you know, and WWF, WWE, like that era of wrestling, that was what made me fall in love with it. So for me, it really wasn't going back in time like a whole lot. Like, I didn't have to study much. If anything, I just showed up. I mean, I did have to study the moves, I should say, but like as far as like the moments and how that's supposed to feel and the attitude behind it, that was just going back to really what I fell in love with.
Yeah.
And you know, we just had Al Burke on the show talking about doing stunt work for all of the tons of movies that he did. You know, how does professional wrestling translate into stunt work? I mean, it's a pretty seamless transition for you.
Absolutely. I mean, what we do in the ring every single day is just that. And I got a kayfabe after that.
There you go. Right.
He's bailing out on me. That's all right. We're on with Big Fonz here on the Mark Hoke Show, who's going to be at FSW tonight at the Silver Nugget. We got Survival of the Fittest, big card coming up this evening. So you want to make sure you get out and check that out. Starts at 6:00 tonight. So that should be a lot of fun. Fonz, do you have anybody else you want to beat up in FSW? I mean, I know you got the faction on your mind, but who else are you targeting over there?
I wouldn't say I'm targeting anybody. I mean, me and Brett the Threat got a little bit of unfinished business, and I know that he's got some big things ahead of him. So whenever he's ready, you know, we can run that back. That's no problem. After our last match, he decided he wanted to sour the room a little bit. My victory gave me a low blow, but I digress. Allow him to do his MMA thing for a little bit. But really, I'm just focused on tonight. I'm focused on making sure that our side comes out on top, and hopefully my hand raised at the end of that. And then after that, I think there's only one place to look, and it's for the belt. So Ice Williams,
watch out.
I'll be ready.
There you go. Yeah, and one thing about that battle royal that took place at the FSW anniversary show, that was an intergender match. There were a lot of women in that match, and Brittnie Brooks was one of the last people standing, period, in that match. You're smiling already because that girl can go. And she was causing you and Brett a lot of problems. But what's that like doing something in an intergender situation in a ring? I mean, it's, to a point you feel like I kind of got to hold back a little bit, then you don't. It's got to be a little bit tricky.
I do hold back because that's just my philosophy on being in those matches is I don't want to hit a female ever, especially not in a ring or outside of the ring and definitely not in the ring if possible. So I don't know if you remember that what happened, but it was just me and Brittnie for a moment. And I was telling her, I don't want to hit you. I don't want to hit you. And she just clocked me in the face.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing, because she got me here and I was like, okay. And then I just picked her up and I was trying to lightly put her down on the floor, and then Brett came along and pulled her foot. And
Damn,
she
Brett.
She didn't go down so light. Not my fault. But yeah. Now Brittnie Brooks, the first time I met her, I told her she had it. And so a lot of people say that about me. I do appreciate that. But I felt like she is one of the people who is, she is so young. She just turned 19.
Yeah.
She's really good and she's got it. So I'd like to be on the right side of her support train. So I was not trying to do anything but politely eliminate her.
Politely in pro wrestling, is that a thing?
Can be if you're the EOC.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't have messed around. You should have just taken care of business.
Yeah, when I was icing my face the next day, I said the same thing.
Well, what do you talked about having it. What do you consider to be it in pro wrestling?
Oh man. Star power. When you walk in the room and you say, and the people who see you say, who is that person?
Mm-hmm.
That's the easiest criteria for me, right? Head turners, someone who walks in a room, people go, like I just said, who is that? That's something that I think if you can achieve, or if you can get that, I don't know if that's something you can get actually. If you some people say you either have it or you don't, but I don't know. Some people, whether it's a change in your gimmick, or just a change in your energy, that electricity, bringing that charisma into the ring, whatever it is, maybe it can be developed.
I think so. With a lot of you can't fake it though. It's got to be in you, not on you.
That's
true. And I think that, and we had talked about this at the Silverton Net. It's like you got it. Like the fans at FSW, the fam over there, like everybody sees it and they're like, "Oh, he's the guy. He's the next to go." But you're very humble about that, and you were like, "Well, thank you, but we'll see where it goes." But when somebody's got that it factor, Mark. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like every time I walk in here, you're like you're in awe of me.
I wouldn't say in awe, but I'll put you up as an equal to the Hulkamania.
Right.
I'm just come on, Dave.
Next subject.
Oh man, I gave you a chance there, and you didn't walk in the door.
Man, don't make it about you.
Oh, unbelievable.
So tonight it's going down. Silver Nugget, survival of the fittest, big match, FSW. What's going? Are you hanging out afterwards? Are you going to be in Vegas partying it up, or are you headed back to the Bay?
I'm headed straight back.
Okay.
Yeah, I got work in the morning. I got hopefully my daughter to wake up in the morning. I love doing that. So if I can get back in the middle of the night and wake her up and then go off to work, that's a good way to start the week for me.
Yeah. How's your daughter? She's young, yeah?
15 months today.
Okay. So she doesn't have a clue what you be doing out here.
Oh, she was at our show last week in San Leandro. She had it was in a brewery, so it was like in a kind of like a concrete lot, and she had a nice picnic blanket and was watching the show. And then when I did my entrance, my father-in-law was actually holding my daughter, and I caught her eye and I blew her a kiss, and she smiled. So I think she knows what's going on.
Okay. Tell me this, like, so married man, what does your wife think of this? Like, I know I date girls, they don't understand wrestling. So I can imagine if I was actually in the ring, it'd probably be a whole, like, what is her take on it, especially at this phase in your guys' relationship? It's like, this is what you do now?
Yeah, she loves it now. She knows that it's a part of my personality that I get to express my creativity, and then just maximize my full human potential. So she believes in me now. I will say though, and I mentioned this earlier when I was getting into wrestling, my mom and my wife were like, "What? Like, why?" And I was like, "Well, it's hard to explain, but I mean, I have a great job. I love my family." And there was just a part of my, I guess, a part of my purpose in life. This is before I had a child. I should just clarify because I have an amazing purpose in life, being her father. That's the most important thing to me. But before that, that's when I got into wrestling. And for me, it was like it was during COVID. There was a lot of time to kind of reflect on life, and I felt like I wasn't using my full human potential, and I wanted to just kind of elevate my purpose in life. And so wrestling allowed me to do that. And I'm grateful because it also has given me other platforms
Yeah.
as well.
So you feel like you're hitting that passion point in life, like what was missing, you feel you're connected now?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a, training in the gym, the work I'm able to do in the community, all of that came from professional wrestling, the platform that was created. And like Rikishi always tells us at Knox Pro, that you got to use that platform, right? So to be a professional wrestler, to be able to speak to kids about mental health, about anti-bullying, and about making choices or thinking about the choices that you make through these organizations that I work with, that really just fills my heart even more.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Hats off to you, man, especially like for all the work you do in the community with the kids. Like, and we're tapping in, we got the headlocks and hearts, me and Mark are dropping. And it's all about the kids, the younger generation. I definitely want you to be a part of that. And we look forward to, making moves. But yeah, hats off for all this stuff. You're just a good guy, man. Huh?
I know.
Come on.
Just do me a favor and keep your daughter away from Danny Limelight's daughter.
Oh, yeah. She could go. That Father's Day. They had a nice little moment on Father's Day.
They did. Yeah, that's special.
That was something else. Yeah. So yeah, just be careful. You might get a Frankensteiner or something from your kid someday. You're hanging out with the wrong troop.
Hey, just wait. Just 15 months today. Just wait till she's 15 years. My daughter.
Oh, yeah.
She will. I'm pretty tall. My wife's pretty tall. We might have a second generation wrestler. So
there we go.
Keep an eye out.
Be on the lookout, huh?
Very nice. Well, we are going to come back. We got a whole lot more. And I know, Fonz, you got to get rolling, but if you want to stick around for a little bit, you're more than welcome to hang around and we'll talk a little wrestling news.
Absolutely.
All sorts of terrific stuff happening in the ring all over the place. WWE, AEW, and a little bit of controversy too, because that's what happens in pro wrestling. Things get a little crazy backstage. But we've got a whole lot more with David Difference, Big Fonz, and I'm Mark Hoke. Thanks for being with us. We will be right back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN. Stick around for more of the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. If you're looking for an award-winning dining experience at outstanding prices, look no further than Unique Eats. Whether it's their incredible breakfast platters, amazing pastas and sandwiches, or world-renowned pizzas, celebrity chef Dominic Tedesco will have you covered. Check out their coffee and smoothie bar, vegetarian options, catering, and top-flight service. Visit Unique Eats today at 3100 South Durango, Suite 100. Call 702-992-3038 or go to uniqueeatslv.com, and we'll see you all at Unique Eats.
Dreaming of a relaxing retirement but need the roadmap to get there? The Asset Preservation Hour with Stuart Willis can help you build the path. Saturdays at 9 a.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. on 101.5 KDAWN. For more information, visit apsitaxes.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
On Facebook, I saw someone
It's going to
posted.
turn you into a zombie.
Created by the government.
They're going to plant a chip into your body.
It's the mark of the beast.
This is fake.
This information was just about as bad as the pandemic itself.
This information is easy. You don't see the harm it does.
COVID taught us
Health matters. Stop the spread of misinformation.
Health matters. Visit nmhec.org. This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Minority Health and Equity, and in cooperation by the Nevada Broadcasters Association and the station.
Attention Nevada residents. Education is key to unlocking your potential and achieving success. Unfortunately, 16% of Nevada students do not graduate high school, leaving them at a disadvantage. But there is hope. The Battle-Born Youth Challenge Academy, a voluntary and tuition-free educational program offered by the National Guard, is here to help. Using a military model and an 8-core component curriculum, the Academy is dedicated to reclaiming the potential of disproportionately affected youth. The program is designed for those who are dedicated to becoming a better version of themselves. For more information or to talk to the admissions team, please visit our website at battlebornyouthchallenge.org. That's battlebornyouthchallenge.org. This message is sponsored by Battle-Born Youth Challenge Academy in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Home delivered meals, prescription assistance, utility assistance, disability services. Find resources for seniors in your community. Free and confidential help is here 24/7. Download the app. Text your zip code to 898-211. Call 211. Visit nevada211.org or chat with a specialist on our website. Get connected. Get help.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey Nevadans, prescriptions can be expensive. Let the Array RX discount card be your solution. Now available to all Nevada residents. Simply sign up for free. Show your pharmacist your digital card and save money. Receive discounts of up to 80% on certain medications. There are no age or income restrictions, and it only takes a minute to enroll, so you can get back to doing what makes you happy.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Richard Harris Law Firm. No one knows Nevada like we do. Say Nevada and people think entertainment and gaming. But living here is like anywhere else. When everyday people get injured, they don't want to gamble. They call us. 444-4444.
1015 FM KDAWN.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 1015 FM. Talk of Las Vegas, best in pro wrestling news and entertainment in the multiverse. Whichever universe you exist in, we're still the best. So screw the rest of them.
Dang.
That's how it works, man.
That's how it works?
That's how it works.
Cold-blooded, Mark.
Start Googling us and see why we're #1. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. It's magical.
There you go. Yeah, we've got some great material, by the way, up on YouTube. If you want to check that out, CM Punk's speech at the Cauliflower Alley Club is up there, plus a ton of clips from the show. We've got this is show 134.
134.
Which means there's a lot of material for you to go through over the past couple of years here from the Mark Hoke Show. And you can go to Podbean, markhokeshow.podbean.com. All the podcasts are up. All the shows are up on YouTube. So plenty of places you can go to, if you want to see what we're all about. If you haven't heard the show before, you want to get some extra samples, check it out. We'd certainly appreciate it. Subscribe, like, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I was watching, obviously you just mentioned the CM Punk speech from CAC and just reading the comments, even that and on the TikTok and everything is like, I mean, people are passionate about Phil there, man. Either one way or the other.
Yeah, and there's no messing around there, and that seems to be the way it is in the wrestling community too. And I was pulling some stories up for today, and we'll get into CM Punk a little bit more. What's been going on and some more revelations. What a shock that things are going to be coming out now that we hadn't heard about. But it is truly amazing how not only with fans, but within locker rooms in AEW and WWE, that people are either, God, we need him around, or God, we don't want him anywhere near us. I mean, there's just nobody that's in the middle with this guy. It's absolutely incredible. We saw that at the CAC when, a bunch of people were, screaming and, carrying on about, to heck with everybody else and paraphrasing. And, but then you see articles come out where the AEW locker room was completely split on this. A couple of reporters have talked to people in WWE about it, and they're completely down the middle too. I mean, it is, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody like this in pro wrestling that either draws the passion or the hatred that CM Punk does.
Yeah, the most polarizing guy in wrestling, I mean, just all around, just, he's an anomaly. He's different, man, by design. And, he strikes people. He strikes people. I don't know, what do you want? And that's the thing, we want to see him again. Oh, what's he gonna do now? Like when he was gone for so long and he kept saying, nah, I'm never coming back. Let me go do MMA. I was watching this MMA little documentary, like when he decided to get into it, and how like it was, some of the fighters were shunning him, but you could tell that was not the same Punk, man. His confidence was shot.
Yeah.
But he was still a guy you wanted to see him, and like it was all kind of a marketing ploy for UFC, but we still wanted him to come back. Then when he came back, it was like, here he is. Now he's gone again. And it's like, oh, where's he going to show up next? Like, he's something different, man.
Yeah, and it's what's going to be really interesting if WWE is entertaining the thought of bringing him back. Like I said, there's a lot of people at WWE that don't want him to come back. Vince had a chance to bring him back a few years ago, and they just couldn't get everything worked out. Of some stories that I read said that they couldn't get past a lot of the past issues that he had with them. When he was talking about, how the medical staff wasn't treating him well and everything else. And, the Colt Cabana podcast that ended up with the lawsuits and everything, that it was just a mountain they couldn't get over. And what's going to be a new variable in this is now that Endeavor has bought WWE. Well, this is UFC, who really liked Punk. I mean, if he would have been winning fights, he would have skyrocketed to the top in a hurry. So apparently what some stuff that I've read is that Endeavor may have the final say on whether they bring Punk in or not.
Well, you know who has the final say? Punk. And that's the thing. We're all speculating, where is he going to show up? What's he going to do? He hasn't even said a word yet. And, for all we know, he might just be like, yeah, no, I'm done. I did my thing. It's not fun anymore. Or, come back. But we don't even know. How can we speculate if they're going to let him back? Does he want to go back? Don't know.
No,
we don't have a clue. Like, as soon as he pops up somewhere doing an interview or says something, it's going to be bananas.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've been thinking about this and trying to gauge from when we saw him at CAC, and it just seems like he still wants to be in the business, but he's kind of tired of it too. And there was another story that I had read that he was, once all the guys from the Elite had re-signed with AEW, that he was like, I want out of here. He just didn't want to work with those guys. And, some other things have popped up too, but that's, I think there was probably a lot of frustration on his part as well, just being at AEW, that he wasn't happy, and maybe he took it out on everybody and, did things the wrong way in there. But what a tangled web this is.
Yeah, I definitely like, from his speech and, just seeing him there with everybody, like, he loves the business. Like, let's not forget that. He loves the business, what it represents, what it is, and what he's done in it. But yeah, I think AEW is probably not the culture environment for him, hence why he kind of did his own thing, stood out, and
Yep, we'll find out.
Trying to music me off this thing.
I'm
in the middle of a good speech here. It's disrespectful, Mark.
There's a clock that it's set when the music plays, buddy.
Is that how it works
Did you
over
see
there?
me push a button? You can watch on the live stream on YouTube or X or Facebook, and everybody can see I didn't push a button.
You're right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Big Fonz still back there, man. I don't know if he might be out, man. But
well, we'll find out. But no matter what, thanks to Big Fonz for coming in. Hey, we've got a whole lot more. A ton of news. The Bloodline collision last night. Good Lord, all hell broke loose in there too. It's going to be a good one. Stick around for hour 2. We'll be right back.
Yay!
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show. Like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show. And visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join the Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
Football is back, and so is Cash the Ticket. Jim Costa with Mike Valeni every week this fall. That's picks, parlays, and that's sweet, sweet value, Cactus included, on all the NFL and college football matchups. Full breakdowns on the biggest games, but if you have a life, you don't have 45 minutes to spare, we've got you. We're the most on-demand podcast. We're catered to you and the teams you love. That's Cash the Ticket. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you, or do you know a 16 to 18-year-old who is falling behind in school? Do you find yourself struggling to keep up, or perhaps often getting in trouble? That's okay, because you're not alone, and help is available. Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy is a voluntary, tuition-free program open to Nevada students like you. EBYCA uses a military structure to assist in reclaiming lost credits, instill discipline, develop self-reliance, and foster a sense of community. If you are ready to accept the challenge, apply now for the new semester class. Check out the website at battlebornyouthchallenge.org. That's battlebornyouthchallenge.org. Or simply search for Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy. This message sponsored by Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
There is no known safe amount of marijuana use during pregnancy. Marijuana is not safe for pregnant or breastfeeding women and their babies. Everything a mother eats, drinks, or smokes affects her developing baby or enters her breast milk. Just like alcohol and tobacco, using marijuana can have negative effects for your baby. Any form of marijuana may be harmful during pregnancy and while breastfeeding. Marijuana can affect your ability to care for your baby or someone else's baby. It is best for women to quit using while pregnant and breastfeeding. If you are pregnant or a new mother using marijuana, you are urged to seek help to quit. Pregnant women receive priority admission at state-funded treatment centers. Visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org. That's SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211. This message sponsored by the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and the station.
After serving in the military, life can seem like an endless loop. But the cycle can be broken. You're not alone. Visit maketheconnection.net to learn more.
KMXB HD3 Henderson, K260HCS Las Vegas. Always live on the free Odyssey app. 1015 FM KDAWN.
President Biden is in Hanoi, Vietnam. I'm Ann Carrick, Fox News. The visit just one day after attending the G20 summit in India. Chinese President Xi did not attend that summit, but the president says he hopes to sit down with Xi in the near future.
I hope I get to see Mr. Xi sooner than later.
I've spent more time with him than any other world leader has, sum total, over the last 12 years. So I hope we get to see him again soon.
Biden says he's looking to increase partnerships with Vietnam to work together on climate issues, economic fronts, and specifically help each other with semiconductor production. Vietnam is rich in precious metals needed to make semiconductors, a focal point of the Biden administration's push to become less reliant on China for computer chips. A race against time to find survivors in Morocco.
More than 2,000 people are dead, many still missing after a massive 6.8 magnitude earthquake rocked Morocco on Friday evening. Overnight rescue workers continuing their tedious efforts to find survivors under the rubble. The Moroccan government has deployed specialized military units to the epicenter of this quake that sits just to the southwest of the city of Marrakesh. We do know those soldiers won't just be digging through debris, they're also setting up field hospitals and housing for the now thousands of internally displaced Moroccans. To give you a sense of the terrain around this area, the bulk of the destruction is near the base or within the high Atlas Mountains.
Fox's Trey Yanks reporting. An escaped convict and killer in Pennsylvania now has a Ford Transit van with a refrigerator unit on top. Danilo Cavalcante was spotted again about 20 miles north of the so-called search zone. Police report he has changed clothes and shaved his beard. In the last sighting, he was wearing a yellow-green hooded sweatshirt with a baseball cap and green prison pants. Cavalcante escaped from the prison in Chester County late last month. America is listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
5 inches of rain by tomorrow.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Man, it's a show so nice. It's doing it twice, sort of.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Let's try that again, man. Let's try that again.
Hour
That made
2.
no sense.
We are doing Dos Hours.
Try it again.
No.
Say something clever. You tried to say something clever and you didn't.
David Difference, everybody.
Run it back.
I can't run it back. It's already out there.
You can rewind on the app. I'll play it back, man.
That is very true. If you want to hear David Difference rip me up and down all the time, just rewind. You can, if you love that last 15 seconds, just hit the rewind button.
Yep, if it's right. Where was it? Twice? We do it twice. Didn't even make
It's
sense.
a show so nice, we're doing it twice.
How are we doing it twice?
Well, because normally, a lot of shows on the weekends here are 1 hour. So we get 2.
It still doesn't make sense.
Because we're awesome. You're right, it doesn't, but who cares?
Let's move along.
I'm Mark Hoke. The Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM here in Las Vegas. Just having a great old time. Of course, the Odyssey app where you can listen to this, other great shows on our station, like SportsX Radio, by the way, now on 6 to 8 p.m. with Ken Thompson.
Yeah, I like Ken.
Ken's a good dude.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, we got some great stuff on SportsX Radio. And, but shows from all over the country. So check that Odyssey app out. And of course, we're live streaming here on YouTube, Facebook, and X. I'm trying to say X. It's hard because I just want to tweet away.
Well, just say. I realize everybody's just saying tweet, so that's Ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but we're, of course, whatever format you're on, like, subscribe, whatever you need to do it. Join our family.
Yeah. I want to send a shout out to everybody out there. I know this month may be a rough month for a lot of people. Keep your head up.
Yeah, it's September. It's my birthday next Saturday, by the way.
Always about you. But yeah, how old are you going to be? Or I guess you don't ask.
27.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I'm regressing.
You don't look 10 years over 60.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you are a handsome man there, Mark. And so, yeah, your birthday's coming up?
Yeah.
What we doing? Chicas Bonitas?
Well, I had some ideas.
Such as?
We'll talk about it.
No, all the secrets, man.
Well, we'll make some plans. But anyway, we got to get back to the pro wrestling. And before we roll on, we do have we have Leonardo Hernandez in the chat box.
Hey.
Because we were talking about CM Punk, and he had a question to say, do y'all think CM Punk will be going to WWE? Dave, do you think CM Punk's going to go to WWE?
I don't think we've seen the last of Punk wrestling. Like it still feels like even at AEW, there seems like there were so many unfinished things that could have been done and should have been done. So if you go back to like we talked about last week, where does that fit in? And I could see a lot of, as a fan, a lot of stuff. I don't know. You got to get through that behind the scenes politics. And he did leave with a lot of stuff that he did not like, but he comes back. That'll be a big ticket for him. So sometimes we do stuff.
That's the tricky part is obviously if Punk showed up, they're going to be printing money off of it. But AEW was printing money too, and look where that ended up. Now there's just a lot of people who don't want to work with a guy. So, what's the balance? Now, do you think, and I think one of the other issues they're going to have is that, we all know that he and Triple H aren't exactly the best of buddies. And, could Punk work with Triple H on creative? So I don't know, man. So the answer is maybe. I don't have a better one.
Yeah, it just depends on the mood. That's what I'm saying. Is like, does he even want to? He's had a hell of a career, so.
Well, I know if it were me, I wouldn't want to go out like that. That's not the way I'm going down. I'm going to try and find a way. I will say, what is with you in that? But I will say this. If he was willing to take less, really interesting for him to go.
FSW.
Well,
that'd be dope.
No, but Impact. I think he's got a lot of supporters at Impact. He might fit in there a little bit better than maybe going to WWE where there's so much, water under the bridge there. So, and Impact's growing. I mean, they're doing a great job. They just had their Victory Road pay-per-view and taped their thousandth episode.
Yeah, no
this
knock.
week.
Yeah, no knock to it. But so tell me, and obviously eyes would be on that product. Like what? But tell me a feud or a storyline from Impact that you're like, oh, that would be epic.
I don't know. Bully Ray might be a pretty good one. Well, you got to remember who's there, but that's one guy that I think that people would. Those two guys would be very interesting together.
That'd be a cool match. But what else?
Well, I'd have to go down the roster.
Let's go.
Certainly guys like PCO, that could get nasty. I mean, Josh Alexander would
just say, yeah, I don't know, maybe not.
Well, but it's not a matter of who's there now. It's a matter of him coming in, and like I said, I think there's a lot of people there that would support him.
Right.
So who knows? But there's you got the Motor City Machine Guns. You got a lot of people there that know him well, and it could work. I mean, that would certainly take Impact to another level.
It would. And maybe he would do it just to do that, write his own ticket again. Anywhere he goes, he could write his own ticket, but it's just the politics.
And that's the thing. We heard the speech at CAC. We keep going back to that, but he promoted in Chicago too. And you almost wonder, maybe he does his own thing. Maybe he starts promoting indie shows and building something up that way too. Then he's in charge, and you don't have to. He'd be able to hire his own people. Whoever he feels like he could work with in the industry, he could bring him in. And I would imagine if he said, I've got the money for you, I want you to come and do a card. If he puts something together in Chicago, just as an example, probably a sellout.
Oh yeah, like a one-off or something.
Yeah, well, that's how AEW started.
I just say he take his millions, go lay up with that beautiful wife of his, and just enjoy the rest of it, man. He done some great things. Hats off to CM Punk. You the guy, man.
So that's another possibility too. Relax, enjoy your life.
Yeah, there you go. And then, I mean, start a podcast, whatever. Come on. That would go bananas.
Yes, that would. I would agree with you on that one. We also, let's see, talking about some other things going on. Let me just run down here. Sorry, I had an important message there for a moment.
Everything okay?
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay.
Thoughts on what's going on with the bloodline right now? Of course, we saw Jey Uso has debuted on Raw, and apparently he is not welcome in that locker room by everyone there. Cody Rhodes vouching for him, but he's around, and Sammy was greeting him, and they're all buddy now.
Sammy Guevara?
No. Sami Zayn. Good try, though.
Yeah.
Jimmy debuts to a defeat on SmackDown, but they have apparently made an alliance with Judgment Day, and Jimmy's trying to get back in good graces with Roman Reigns, which, personally, I don't understand. I mean, Jimmy saved Roman from losing the Universal title.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I guess Roman's going to put him through a pile of duty. That should be fun. But what do you think about this, David?
I think
do you like where they're going?
No. I think it's all convoluted. It does.
Oh, there we go.
No. Okay. Let's ease into it.
Yeah.
Man. It's convoluted. It's like detached. There's nothing happening right now. Now it's not even the bloodline story anymore. There's like this whole chapter, whatever this is, like when you tell that story, I hope they don't recap this because ain't nothing happening right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
Aha. That's what that was why I said what happened with them at SummerSlam was going to create some issues. Now, do I have a solution? Yes.
Oh, do you? Love to hear this.
I have some thoughts about where this could be going. You have those guys on separate brands.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Jimmy wins the U.S. title and Jay wins the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So you have a natural rivalry of the brothers, and you could possibly set up a match down the road with those two, not just as brothers, but now they're both champions too, which would be pretty interesting. Plus, the other factor is we've got Survivor Series coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember, if you saw on SmackDown, LA Knight kind of got into it, Paul Heyman a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already got Sami Zayn welcoming Jay back. Cody's on his side. AJ Styles is now messing with the bloodline, and the bloodline and the Judgment Day are starting to put a little group together there. There's your Survivor Series main event.
Whoop-de-doo.
No, but
here's
like I
said, it's just getting weird.
Well, yeah, the one, and what would be really fun if you did that match. So let's say you have Damian Priest and Finn Balor, the tag team champions, teaming up with Solo, Roman, and Jimmy, taking on Jay, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and who am I forgetting? And LA Knight. So that's your Survivor Series match. And you put in a little stipulation that whoever pins, if somebody beats Roman, that they get a shot at the Universal Championship.
Mm. Yeah, they'll put it.
So that could actually be a lot of fun. Plus, if you've got Judgment Day working with the bloodline, well, now you've got Damian Priest with the case hanging around Roman Reigns. Huh? Not saying he'd do it, but you'd have a very uneasy alliance there because all it takes is one backstab and Damian Priest is the new Universal Champion.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think that you're going off into deep imagination land, and which is good. I mean, that's a beautiful thing that you're using that brain. And yours, however, if that's where they're going with it, I don't know. It's like I said, convoluted. It's all over the place. Where's Reigns been? When's he coming back?
Oh, he's relaxing on the island of relevancy.
Yeah. So like all that is just, it's not moving. It feels like it's at a standstill right now.
Yeah,
So,
I think that they're taking. I mean, I'm just trying to get in their heads a little bit, but I think they're going to take some time to build up Jimmy and Jay separately.
Yeah.
Before they pull this back together. But yeah, it does.
Well, they say WrestleMania, like they're trying to hold them off till WrestleMania to fight.
See,
each other.
I don't know if you can do it that long, man. I just don't.
I mean, you look at the whole. I mean, you could, but like you said, if they're just like giving them their individual pushes now, like it's just going to be normal for a while. Then something will have to hit it back. You know, I'm sure they'll keep the tension going, but just right now it's not moving. They're saying weird stuff that, like, okay, what are you doing? Why are you here?
Yeah.
You know, what happened to this?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but yeah, I could see that going that way as Survivor Series, though. I think that'd be a really good main event. I think people would be really excited to get those 10 guys in the ring together, and necessarily need those stipulations, no, but it would still be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Survivor Series. Like back in the days, I used to love it. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you had some
holiday.
Yeah, you had the fun 5-on-5 matches.
Yeah.
And now you usually get one on the card. So
right.
But if you're gonna make one,
stipulation,
That's-
that would be a big thing. But usually, as long as there's something at stake, because usually it's just a match. It's like, oh, the ultimate survivor. Who cares?
yeah, I hated that.
I did it. I'm the
that
survivor.
brand supremacy crap.
Yeah,
come
that was
on.
that was garbage. I didn't
Yeah.
watch none of that. It was like, who cares? It's Raw versus SmackDown, and were fans really split? Like Raw's my squad? I don't think so.
No, nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
We watch everybody.
Yeah. So we'll
Somebody
see.
bleed, please.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens at Survivor Series. But Fastlane is coming up too. We don't have any matches announced for that yet, but that's going to be October 1st coming out of Indianapolis. So we got another premium live event coming up in 2.5 weeks for WWE as well. Actually, I think October 1st is the AEW show. I'll have to double check my Fastlane date. But yeah, that's going to be another big 7 or 8 days there with Fastlane and Wrestle Dream coming out of Seattle.
Ooh, Wrestle Dream. What is this?
That is a new AEW pay-per-view, which one of the headlining matches has already been announced as Bryan Danielson is going to finally get that match with Zack Sabre Jr. So that's going to be the main event of that one. They were supposed to wrestle at Forbidden Door last year before Danielson got hurt, but did not happen. So we're going to get that dream match coming up in Seattle.
Ooh. Yeah, that should be big. Seattle. I like. Oh, we're going there, aren't we?
I think we got to figure it
Aren't
out.
we?
I think we should figure it out.
I attempted to reopen my heart chakra and it backfired.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
Yeah, life teaches lessons. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Fair enough. David, of course, David Difference. I'm Mark Hoke here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the Talk of Las Vegas, talking pro wrestling, because that's what we do. And I tell you what, that's probably a good spot for us to take a break. And we come back. Of course, we're talking about Bryan Danielson. Oh, did he have a match on Sunday last week?
Oh, see, I missed that.
The
the
strap was flying.
Mm-hmm.
The leather was slapping. It was nasty.
Sound like a night at the Dave Cave.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
I think we're just going to let that one go and go to break. We'll be right back.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Nevada is the driest state in the nation, and we must work together to preserve our limited water resources for future generations of Nevadans. Here's some waterway wisdom so you can help do your part. Scoop your dog's poop, bag it, and discard it. Clean up yard waste and grass clippings. Wash your car at a car wash or on grass or gravel. Apply pesticides and fertilizers sparingly in your yard. Safely dispose of household chemicals. Clean up leaks and spills. And don't litter. Secure trash in bins. Keep contaminants out of our storm drains. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in preserving Nevada's waters for future generations by visiting loveenvywaters.com and following us on social media.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Transportation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey Nevadans, prescriptions can be expensive. Let the Array RX discount card be your solution. Now available to all Nevada residents. Simply sign up for free, show your pharmacist your digital card, and save money. Receive discounts of up to 80% on certain medications. There are no age or income restrictions, and it only takes a minute to enroll. Visit ArrayRxCard.com to learn more and sign up today.
This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your passion to serve could make a world of difference to nonprofit organizations in your local community. Organizations across Nevada are looking to fill board and committee positions with professionals like you who care about local community needs. Board Connect is a new service matching your unique talents with organizations working on issues that are important to you. In this virtual hub, there are hundreds of nonprofits whose work supports essential services and programs. Nevada Volunteers and its partners created Board Connect for individuals and communities striving for bright futures. Take a moment to register. Your service will be a meaningful investment in others and yourself. Board Connect is easy to use, and best of all, it's free. For more information and to register, go to nevadavolunteers.org. That's nevadavolunteers.org. This message, sponsored by Nevada Volunteers and Volunteers Generation Fund, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
I've never seen it like this.
We've lost a lot of loved ones in our family.
I lost some family members to COVID.
So many of my patients pass away from COVID.
People dying. It didn't matter your color, your race, your sex.
Death has no particular color. It comes after us all.
Every human life has value. Just does.
COVID taught us health matters.
Health matters. Visit nmhec.org. This message funded by a grant through the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Minority Health and Equity, and aired in cooperation by the Nevada Broadcasters Association and the station.
101.5 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we return on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN, 101.5 FM, the Talk of Las Vegas. It is the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. I am Mark Hoke, along with my esteemed partner in crime, America's greatest co-host, most of the time, the Dave Difference.
Thank you. Oh, what a difference a Dave makes. Here to Dave the world. Mickey James left me a nice comment on her video. She says she loved it.
Good. You did a great job on all those.
Shout out to Mickey James.
There you go.
How was that? I didn't hear her speech. Was it?
I got there late, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I had to work for a while, but yeah, a lot of fun. So before we get into Bryan Danielson, by the way, and what happened at AEW All Out, there was one other WWE topic I wanted to hit. We have a new longest reigning intercontinental champion, as Gunther has shattered the Honky Tonk Man's record for the longest reign in WWE history for the Intercontinental title. Passed that on Wednesday. So Gunther has finally erased the Honky Tonk Man from the record books. And if you didn't know that much about the Honky Tonk Man, that is actually Jerry Lawler's cousin who came into WWE. And it's a very interesting story. He came in, does the Elvis thing, came in and nobody liked him. They did a phone poll, which said, do you like the Honky Tonk Man or not?
Right. He was trying to get his squad, right?
Yeah. And he bombed out. So
I do remember that.
So he went heel, and
I don't like me.
He ended up winning the Intercontinental title from Ricky Steamboat shortly after WrestleMania 3. And from what I understand, is more of an embarrassment thing, is Ricky asked for some time off about 90 days into the reign-ish, and Vince was furious about it. So he took the belt off him. And not only take the belt off him, but you think of all the people that could have done it. Did it to the Honky Tonk Man.
Ricky who?
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, he won the time off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then for some reason, Vince decided to leave it there. And by the way, I went back and looked at the Honky Tonk Man's reign as Intercontinental Champion.
How was it?
Yeah.
I don't recall it. Yeah. I mean, we always talked about it. I mean, I guess it's sad because now that record is out.
Yeah, it is gone. But it's funny because like I said, I went back and checked it out. A lot of bums that he beat, but then he did have a
lot of bums.
Well, he did. A lot of tomato cans.
Did he have any? He didn't have any big feuds to have it that long. Yeah. What was his biggest?
Randy Savage.
Okay. Did they have a?
They had a feud. Brutus Beefcake, and some other matches mixed in here and there, but really, he wrestled George the Animal Steel and the Junkyard Dog, Ricky Steamboat, Hillbilly Jim, Outback Jack. There's Jose Luis Rivera. Always like to see that name. I had the Brutus Beefcake feud, and then of course it led into him wrestling the Ultimate Warrior a bunch of times, and then the squash for the title.
Remember Ken Patera?
Yeah. The man who threw a boulder through a McDonald's window. Yeah, I remember Ken Patera.
He went to jail for a while. Huh?
He did. But yeah, so the Honky Tonk Man is gone. So now let me ask you this, David. Now he had a great match with Chad Gable and apparently got standing O's in the back after that was over. Is it time to take the belt off of him? Do we keep Gunther still running as the Intercontinental Champion, or do we move on and maybe program him for the world title?
No. Yeah, I don't know if he's at that level yet. I mean, you would think, right? I mean, that used to be the transition title to the heavyweight. Yeah, I don't know. I think they did what they were supposed to do with it, and that's beat the Honky Tonks record. Like, it seemed like a very weird person to have that long of a record stand for that long.
Yeah, and and especially when you think of all the guys that were wrestling back in that time, that he was the Intercontinental Champion for over a year. Oh, yeah. That just blows me out of the water. I still do not, but I guess people hated him, and that's your job.
Yeah.
So
I think Gable, I think he's gonna get that belt.
That would be fun.
He stepped up. I don't know what because they were just doing their thing, and I hated the whole Otis and what's up with Otis?
Yeah, they're part of Alpha Academy. They're still doing
it, but but something like this is when somebody goes in a different direction, because the last couple matches, and I don't know if it was just those, people were like, wow. Before that, it was like, yeah, he's cool, definitely well respected and talented, but something happened in the last couple weeks where like he just hit another level.
Yeah, Alpha Academy started getting popular again, and people seem to finally remember, watching some of his work. This is an Olympic level wrestler.
Yeah.
Incredibly talented, great on the mic. Just, is one of those other guys that is really starting to have a meteoric rise. And, I think it would be great to see Chad get that. And I remember when I got to meet him, just a great guy. You could feel the intensity in him too. I could tell he was an amateur top wrestler, because you could, when those guys are talking and you start talking about their competitiveness and everything else, there's just a gleam in their eye. And I'm excited for Chad. I have a feeling that he may be the one to end this, but we'll find out.
I think he kind of wrote his ticket with that match. So who else?
I don't know. Well, my other suggestion was Jey Uso. There's a thought.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that whole, what does the belt mean anymore?
Well, like I said, Gunther's really done a great job with it. So we'll find out, my friend.
What was his greatest feud?
Oh, well, the Drew McIntyre, the Sheamus, they had an incredible match at WrestleMania. And, of course, they had the other ones. Well, the Sheamus feud was terrific. I mean, they had that huge match at Clash at the Castle that people wanted more. Now they went at it.
Did they give us more?
Yeah, it went from there to WrestleMania, where they brought Drew in. So, yeah. Well, we go on Internet Wrestling Database. You can do the research yourself, everybody. It's fun. So anyway, we'll wrap up on the Intercontinental title, and let's go back to Bryan Danielson and what happened at AEW All Out. First we had talked, by the way, about whether this was a good idea or not to have back-to-back pay-per-views. The pay-per-views were under 100,000 buys, they're saying the estimates are going to be about 75 to 98, somewhere in that ballpark. So that number is one of AEW's worst. But it was coming off. We're on a holiday weekend and coming off just having a pay-per-view of AEW All In, their biggest show ever. So I don't think anybody expected those numbers to be that good, but still okay, I guess. I mean, David, you're kind of
Yeah, no, I just think it was too much. It doesn't make sense. And you also got to understand, we're somewhat in a recession here. You can't be ordering pay-per-views every week.
Yeah.
You got to tone it down, man. You just had the biggest show. I think you got to bask in that, for at least a week. But then next week, you want me to shell out some more to see some? Get out of here.
Yeah.
And CM Punk ain't on it. Get out of here.
You miss him so much. Yeah. So that was what happened there. But then, a lot of, I think there were two really big matches and one other debut that happened here. First, CJ Perry is back. Of course, that was the ravishing Russian Lana, who her husband Miro was not happy that she showed up and got involved in his match with Powerhouse Hobbs. So apparently she will not be managing him the way it sounded. That's kind of interesting. But CJ Perry's back.
Yeah, she's hot.
There is no debating that. She called herself flexible on the in a promo, by the way.
Don't get me started.
Yeah,
dude. I'm going through some things.
We'll leave that there. Jon Moxley is the new AEW International Champion as he knocks off Orange Cassidy. Cassidy got busted up in that one instead of Jon Moxley. That's kind of a change of pace. But that great reign by Orange Cassidy is over. But I have a feeling those two guys are going to be going at it for a while. So
yeah, I like that. I like that match.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Orange Cassidy, I thought he was a joke for a long time, but that guy can go. He pulled us in with the hands in the pockets thing. But man, when he turns it on, he's pretty amazing in the ring. I mean, one of the most athletic guys I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, so we'll see how that continues. But then I want to get to this Bryan Danielson and Ricky Starks match. This was a strap match. So for those that don't know how a strap match typically works, there's a large leather strap and you wrap it around one wrist of each of the competitors and go at it. It used to be you'd have to touch the four corners. Now it's a pinfall or submission. Ricky Starks didn't strap it to his wrist, attacked Danielson, grabbed a weight belt, busted him open with the buckle of the weight belt almost right off the bat. So Danielson's bleeding this whole match. And then the strap comes into play. And these guys tried to, I was watching Wrestling Observer and they were asking if the police should have been called because there were some serious beatings going on. Danielson was whipping Starks like crazy. They were hitting each other in the face with this strap. It got brutal. But unlike the Stadium Stampede match, this kind of actually made sense. Starks was super ticked at Danielson for helping him out against Ricky Steamboat and the trick he pulled and went after him. But I will say this, David. I think Ricky Starks, with just all those shots that he took, Danielson wrestling with a cast was just whipping him and whipping him and whipping him and whipping him. I think the young man earned his stripes in this one. Wouldn't you say?
Well, the way you described it, yes, I got to see that match. I want to see it now. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like so hard, we ain't got the network. How do you go back and watch it, man?
Bleacher Report probably get a replay. I got to watch. I went back and watched some of the highlights too. But geez, these guys, they wrapped it up with Danielson putting him in a label lock, and Starks wouldn't tap out. So he took the strap and put it around his neck and choked him out while he was in the label lock, and Starks passed out. Danielson is a little devil. It's like a horror movie. There's like a little garden gnome or something sitting in your yard. Okay. And you're like, oh, that's so cute. He's such a nice little garden gnome. And then he turns into a vicious killer with weapons and knives and wants to tear you apart.
You're calling him a garden gnome?
I'm just making a comparison.
Well, and then patted him on his head?
Yeah. Well, he's very friendly.
But then he's a monster.
That dude, when he gets rolling a match, is he's one of the most sadistic guys I've ever seen. It's crazy, but
yeah, and definitely a stark difference from WWE.
Yeah, and he's like the nicest guy in the world too. It was funny, you and I were there when he came out at Double or Nothing, and he had just gotten done going crazy, and then he comes in and he's just talking about trees.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
Good people, man.
And
books.
That dude can flip a switch. So very interesting. And then of course he did a lot on Collision. I have a feeling that he's going to be kind of taking the CM Punk spot on Collision now.
And what Elite, they were on there.
Yeah, there was some interesting stuff that happened on Collision this week too. And Jade Cargill is back from her vacation.
Oh.
From her time off. She attacked Chris Statlander. And honestly, I was a little surprised at that. I guess, I can see the rematch happening, but I'd have rather seen Jade go after Saraya. I think that would have been a lot more fun. I mean, she did her 50, whatever it was, 0, lost a match. And I understand you probably want to get that back, but in some ways, but in the same breath, it's like, this is somebody who was undefeated.
Mm.
Don't you think it's time to go after the world championship?
Yeah, in due time, right?
See, I think the other part is I don't know if she's necessarily ready. She's still learning. She's still very new to the business. But like I said, but at the same time, it's kind of been there, done that. Don't you think?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I think in due time we'll get to it. I don't know. Everybody wants everything all at once. Settle down.
Well, I think I'm a little partial on that because when we had Saraya in here, I mentioned that I'd love to see those two wrestle. So,
fill your fantasy book in there.
Yeah, so I just want to be right, just like I always am, David. Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. I'm gonna be polite, man.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna be polite.
You don't have to.
What do we got?
It's all good.
25 minutes. I'll be polite.
All right, fair enough. Also on Collision,
shout out to Chief.
Oh, all right.
We'll see you tonight, man.
There we go. Darby Allin got the human dart treatment. That was exciting. Luchasaurus human darting Darby Allin into a garage door. If you remember the original human darting, that was Kevin Nash and Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
About some Mysterio's face off a trailer.
Production trailer, yeah. That was a classic moment, man. Monday Night Wars.
Yep. So we have a new human dart, and that is Darby Allin. So he and Luchasaurus are and Christian.
Darby Allin.
Darby, I like that.
Like
Darby Allin.
Yeah.
You should put that on Twitter right now.
Right.
I think that's great.
Thank you. Go for it, man. Take my shine.
No,
like you always do.
It's whatever.
Go for it.
No, you do
take it.
You do it.
Take it, Mark.
No.
Darby.
And also on Collision, we had the semifinals of this World Championship tournament that maybe only 2 or 3 people deserve to be in. But it'll be Samoa Joe and Roderick Strong wrestling next week to determine who's going to be taking on MJF at the AEW Grand Slam event on September 20th from Arthur Ashe Stadium. So I'm guessing Roderick Strong's going to find his way there. So now we have the Adam Cole jilted best buddy possibly finding his way into a world championship match with the new best friend, MJF. You like it?
Nope.
No?
Nah, man. Bring on CM Punk. Is he coming back? Or
all right. We're going to have a counseling session right now, David. He's gone.
Just bring him back,
He's
man.
Gone.
I do want to say this because he's got to say something somewhere at some time. And CM Punk, we would like to invite you on the Mark Hoke Show to give you exclusive. We'll give you 2 hours of talk time. And let's go.
Okay.
Now tweet that and tweet it over again. CM Punk, come on. Let's go, man. Let's go.
I bet I could get an extra hour if it was CM Punk.
Well, let's go. 3 hours.
We'll live stream. You want to sit with us all day?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll take the time.
Oh, now you like him. Now you respect him.
Look, now hold on a second. I never said that I did not respect CM Punk because I do.
Wow, they just need to get rid of him.
Well, sometimes.
How long is this going to go on?
Sometimes. Well,
get over it.
Now it's done.
It ain't never done. I mean, it is done.
You know, and yeah, I mean, and more stories are coming out that apparently there was not one confrontation at all in, but 3 with Tony Khan. 3.
Was there details on?
Briefly, I'll have to find the story out here, but yeah, that was here it is. Bear with me for 1 second as that loads up. So
He smacked him around. Well, you said he feared for his life, so there's more to it. And you said there was a video of this, right?
Of the one, yeah.
When is this happening?
I don't know. I don't know if Wembley's ever going to release that or not.
Oh, Wembley has it. That's security footage.
I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was somebody had a phone.
So a
video.
further report from Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter suggests that Punk and Khan had another confrontation at the event in Wembley. Let's see. Further to additional reports, the Punk berated Khan before his opening match with Samoa Joe. So we had the fight and the push. Then we had this before the match. Meltzer reports that Punk and Khan had a third interaction at the event immediately after Punk's victory over Joe. Meltzer alleges that several sources contacted him, with one alleging that this new confrontation left Khan very upset. Although it is noted there were no witnesses to the minutia of the meeting aside from sources confirming it happened.
Yeah, whatever. It don't sound like news. It sound like a whole bunch of fluff.
I don't know.
Dave Meltzer.
Hey, you know what? And by the way, courtesy of Cultaholic on the article, my good friends over there. Yeah. So I, you know, like I said, wasn't there. Don't know what happened, but 3 times, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to go after your boss 3 times on the biggest day of the year.
Yep.
You think so?
He was feeling himself.
Obviously.
Well, I would say it's got to be a frustrating environment. You know, for seasoned veteran like CM Punk, man. And probably it just got, you know, I think there's a lot of, I don't know. Again, we talk about that leadership style. Like if you're a leader, which CM Punk comes across as a leader, you know, and then you have to deal with poor leadership at some point. Nah, I'm gonna have to check this clown.
Well, but at the same time, I'm not putting Punk down per se, but from everything that I've seen and some articles that I've read, you know, Chris Jericho had that story a little while ago that Punk tried to become a locker room leader in WWE and nobody was having it. That sometimes you have to learn a leadership style that people are actually going to follow. And while you have the respect of everybody, and I doubt there was anybody that didn't respect Punk for everything that he did, but obviously he was rubbing some people the wrong way. Now on the other side, you know, you got guys like the Young Bucks, you know, probably they're a different breed of cat, as you would probably say.
Well,
you know, so it's a lot of clashing styles there, and you know, they probably didn't want to hear it. And the thing is, if somebody doesn't want to hear it from you and you're not going to take their advice, you know, then maybe it's, instead of pushing your way in, just let it go.
But what is their position?
Nobody knows. They haven't said anything.
No. What is their position with the company? They're not just talent. I mean, CM Punk's talent and, you know, self-proclaimed.
Oh, they're executive vice president.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you got to look at all the stuff that they're doing. Like that is your leadership squad there.
I am not debating that either.
Like, what is this? What is this?
I
Like,
mean,
you cannot no. So I would think that would get frustrating. Is like these are the guys, and he even said it at the press conference when he went off. Was like, I mean, this is what they call themselves, and these are the guys. And then they get in a fight. They get in a fight. Give me a break.
Yeah, there was no reason for them to do that confrontation at all out last year.
Yeah,
they could have just waited until the next day, cooled off, and then everybody goes in the office.
Yeah, but it's,
you know?
and that was a wrestling macho move, wasn't a business executive type of deal.
I agree.
And who's at the top of that? Tony Khan. It's like, whoa, guys. Like, I think he's that type that if he keeps you happy, he's your buddy, he's your guy, everything's good. When wrestling got real, he couldn't handle it, man. He feared for his life.
There you go. Sounds like it's just a nightmare all around. So
tuck it in, Junior.
Well, with that, jeez. Let's go to a break. Good Lord. I'm Mark Hoke here on the Mark Hoke Show with the David Difference. We're talking pro wrestling, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas. And if you're out there watching us on the live streams, hey, give us a like on Facebook, a follow on Twitter, and a subscription on YouTube. Big help to us. We'd certainly appreciate it. Stick around. One more segment to go. We'll be right back.
Infinite Wellness can help you achieve your goals and look and feel your best. Our regenerative medicine clinic utilizes stem cell and exome therapy. We also have a comprehensive weight loss program and numerous other services you can find on our website at infinitewellness.info. We're located at 8925 West Post Road, Suite 100, right across from IKEA. You can book your appointment today by calling us at 702-842-2244 or find us on social media at infinitewellness.lv. We'd love to be a part of your journey.
Hi, I'm Diana. As a veteran, I know that for many servicemen and women, the battle doesn't always end when they come home. Because I too struggle with the invisible wounds of service. Thankfully, I found American Humane's Pups for Patriots program, which brought Sam into my life. Before being paired with Sam, I didn't get out of bed for most days. Pups for Patriots and Sam literally changed my life. Now I'm able to go to the store without having a panic attack. I'm finally able to live my life the way I want to live it. Pups for Patriots provides trained service dogs to veterans like me at no cost. If you're a veteran or know a veteran struggling with post-traumatic stress or traumatic brain injury, please go to AmericanHumane.org to learn about their Pups for Patriots service dog program. Let's give our veterans a fighting chance.
A message from American Humane.
There is one word that is consistent throughout the entire state of Nevada: community. As our state continues to grow, now more than ever, Nevadans are pulling together to help, support, and pitch in. If you or someone you know is looking to get more active in your community, Nevada Volunteers can help. NevadaVolunteers.org is an easy way to find volunteer opportunities in your area with organizations that share your passion. From working with animals, art and culture, children, or disaster relief, NevadaVolunteers.org is the gateway to many community organizations who can benefit from someone like you. Looking to help out the environment? How about equality and social justice or health and hunger issues? NevadaVolunteers.org has a full listing of volunteer opportunities in your area. To learn more about volunteering, visit NevadaVolunteers.org. This message, sponsored by Nevada Volunteers, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Wick Farmers Market Nutrition Program promotes purchasing locally grown fresh fruits and vegetables. Attending the farmers market is a fun way for families to shop for a variety of produce. Households participating in the Nevada Women, Infants, and Children Program, commonly known as WIC, may be eligible to receive coupon vouchers for the purchase of fresh fruits and vegetables at participating farmers markets. Each active WIC participant may receive $30 for each WIC farmers market. Coupons may be used through September 30th. Call your local WIC clinic today to see if you qualify, or go to nevadawic.org and click the farmers market banner for more information. That's nevadawic.org, sponsored by the Nevada WIC Program, Division of Public and Behavioral Health, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station. The Farmers Market Nutrition Program is an equal opportunity provider.
Attention Nevada residents. Education is key to unlocking your potential and achieving success. Unfortunately, 16% of Nevada students do not graduate high school, leaving them at a disadvantage. But there is hope. The Battle-Born Youth Challenge Academy, a voluntary and tuition-free educational program offered by the National Guard, is here to help. Using a military model and an 8-core component curriculum, the Academy is dedicated to reclaiming the potential of disproportionately affected youth. The program is designed for those who are dedicated to becoming a better version of themselves. For more information or to talk to the admissions team, please visit our website at battlebornyouthchallenge.org. That's battlebornyouthchallenge.org. This message is sponsored by Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you're looking for an award-winning dining experience at outstanding prices, look no further than Unique Eats. Whether it's their incredible breakfast platters, amazing pastas and sandwiches, or world-renowned pizzas, celebrity chef Dominic Tedesco will have you covered. Check out their coffee and smoothie bar, vegetarian options, catering, and top-flight service. Visit Unique Eats today at 3100 South Durango, Suite 100. Call 702-992-3038 or go to uniqueeatslv.com, and we'll see you all at Unique Eats.
1015 FM KDAWN.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
And we return for the final segment here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN 1015 FM. What?
Crank that up. That music.
Go like that?
Ugh.
There you go. Are you happy?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's running out. So
Crank. Oh.
I can't. It's gone.
Hey, man. So I know we talked about you wanted to rebrand the Hokey Pokey show.
No.
No?
Go away.
Okay.
No. Stop it. I'm Mark Hoke, David Difference.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I'm you know when
What?
I don't know, man. I'm going through some things over here.
It's all good. You're recovering from the vid.
It's not even that, dude. It's bigger than that, Mark.
All right.
Can't you see, Mark?
You know what's even bigger than
Hurting over here.
You know what's even bigger than what would take the hurt away? You know what would take the hurt away?
Love.
Love and money. Go to betonline.ag. Open up an account. Click on our link on our website. Go to markhokeshow.com.
I'm listening.
Then head on over there. You get a 50% matching bonus up to $1,000. So you get 500 extra bucks for your account. You can bet on wrestling over there. You can bet on table tennis, volleyball, all sorts of stuff. But they've actually got a bet up there right now. CM Punk to join WWE before WrestleMania 40. Yes, is a plus 400. So if you think he won't show, that's going to be the other side of the deal. But
CM Punk to what?
To join WWE before WrestleMania 40.
Oh.
Yes is a plus 400, so that is not the favorite. But yeah, go ahead and get an account. We would appreciate it. That helps us out. But you got to go to our website first. Click on the link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's out of surgery. He's recovering. They say he'll be back on his feet soon.
Yeah, very nice. So,
the Hacksaw.
Got that 2x4.
Oh, yeah, you do. Huh?
I do. And real quick, I want to mention Impact's Victory Road had their that pay-per-view was this weekend. Main event, Josh Alexander knocks off Steve Macklin. That was a fun one. And if you want to give Kenny King some flack tonight with Lights Camera Faction, just start some Tommy Dreamer chants, because Tommy Dreamer is the new Impact digital media champion, as he has dethroned Kenny King.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that won't put him in a good mood, to say the least. But Impact's got their 1,000th episode. They just taped that. There are spoilers up if you want to know what happened, but I'd recommend just waiting. But congratulations to Impact on 1,000 episodes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to all my people that's over there, man, putting in work.
Yeah. So way to go. 1,000 episodes for Impact. Also have a goodbye to say, unfortunately, as General Adnan Al-Casey, of course, also known as the General Adnan Al-Casey in WWE, and Billy White Wolf, of course, former WWF Tag Team Champion with Chief Jay Strongbow, has passed away on Wednesday at age of 84. So we wish him and his family and friends all the best as we say goodbye to Adnan Al-Casey, one of the nastier managers. Had Devastation Incorporated in World Class. Probably, I thought that was his best stable.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, was part of the big main event with Sergeant Slaughter and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 7.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst WrestleMania. Nah, the worst WrestleMania was Caesar's Palace.
Yeah,
there were some bad ones.
Oh, dude. I did a podcast with a guy talking about that WrestleMania at Caesar's Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back and watched a bunch of those matches.
Garbage, huh?
Oh, it was a bad WrestleMania.
Just everything was off from that.
Oh.
I can't even look at it.
Yeah, WrestleMania 9, that was. Yeah, not the best.
Makes me sick to my stomach to
Not-
watch it.
Not the best.
I think as a kid though, I don't even think I watched it. Maybe that was when I was phasing out of wrestling.
I watched it.
I think I went back and watched it. But I think when it came out, I was probably phasing out of wrestling.
Yeah, well, that probably phased a few people out.
Mhm.
That was the one where Hulk Hogan rescued Bret Hart from Yokozuna
Yeah.
and was blinded, and Bret's like, go get him, and Hogan won the world championship that day. I celebrated for a little while. I guess I just didn't know any better, but if I'd have watched that today, no. Hey, that's it. That's all. We're done.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, hey, we want to thank Big Fonz for joining us. And don't forget, get down to the Silver Nugget tonight here in Las Vegas, or watch it on Fight Plus, the Survival of the Fittest. Big card tonight for FSW. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be a great time, and love to see you down there. You got Hammerstone. Hopefully, Danny Limelight's daughter is not going to show up. That would be bad. I don't think she would be able to Hurricane Rana, the big man. So
we never know. Yeah, it'll be a good show. I'll be down there. David Difference will be down there. Come hang out with your boy, man. Let's go. Come on down.
Let's do it.
Silver Nugget.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it. We will see you next week on the Mark Hoke Show. Have a great day, Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Want more of the Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show. Like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark